Alright, so we kind of figured that this was going to happen after the amazing amount of money, more or less, that Jurassic World made. Yeah. So today has been officially announced that on June 22nd in the year 2018, we are getting a Jurassic World sequel. Sorry, I just I had like a lump in my throat and I was like, Jurassic. So yeah, Jurassic World 2. I'm just going to call it that because, yeah, it's still in canon with the Jurassic Park universe, so I don't know if they'll go back to Jurassic Park or whatever. Who knows? So for the sake of argument, for now I'm just calling it Jurassic World 2. They haven't really announced what they're going to call it yet. For all we know, they could call it Jurassic Planet or Jurassic Consolidated or Jurassic... Frick, I don't know. So yeah, not much else other than the release date of June 22nd, 2018 has been announced. That's going to be the same year as Godzilla and several other big films, so I'm excited, to say the least. I am very excited, to say the least. I think it's really cool. Now, even though I had to take down the video, I did kind of talk about a few things I would like to see done in the Jurassic Park sequels, like what I would do if I had any control in any Jurassic Park movie or as a story or whatever. So the two biggest ideas I had were that, first one being that these group of big game hunters who are like these rich, they've hunted everything on the planet, and they go and they sneak onto either Isla Sorna or Isla Nublar. They sneak on the island to hunt the dinosaurs, not realizing that dinosaurs can kill people pretty easily. So they have that, there are these group of hunters who are now kind of caught in this situation of, well, we're being hunted by dinosaurs. Think of it like the most dangerous game, but instead of you're hunting humans, you're hunting dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs are also pretty good at hunting you. The other idea I had is that that a story focusing on Robert Muldoon's son, or nephew or whatever, just someone in the Muldoon family, like someone... because again, this franchise does seem like it wants to take bits and pieces from the first Jurassic Park film, so I think it'd be a cool idea to kind of go back to that kind of story and use a character who has lineage to the first film. So you could have Robert Muldoon's son go to the island in order to find out the fate of his father, because if you remember from Lost World, they kind of blacklisted everything. So if Muldoon did have a family, they didn't know what happened to him. InGen kind of blacklisted. I would imagine that InGen kind of paid for whatever, like maybe funeral services, or even or not even that. They could have just said, "Hey, for undisclosed reasons, your husband's dead. Sorry, bitch. We out." That's probably what it was with InGen if Muldoon did have a family. So I'd focus on that, like his son or maybe like his nephew. They go to they're now a tracker and hunter, and following in their father following in his father's footsteps. And a group is now headed back to Jurassic World to kind of like contain the situation and maybe try to fix what happened to InGen and the Masrani Corporation, that big giant snafu with the Indominus, and try to fix it. And now he's being put on that group to assess the situation, and he goes hoping that maybe he can find out what happened to his father. Obviously, yeah, dinosaurs are well known, but now hopefully he can piece together what exactly happened to him. So I think that would be a really cool idea. Now, the other thing with this is that where do you go with a Jurassic World, where do you go after Jurassic World? Because who is going to realistically speaking, who the hell is going to touch that company? No, really, that island should be condemned at this point, because really, after what happened in Jurassic World, not excluding what happened in the two sequels, but what happened in, realistically speaking, my dad, my brother, and I, as we were leaving the theater, we kind of talked about, considering the giant pterodactyl attack, and the Masron, and their CEO is dead, a majority of their staff is dead, and the people who are injured are probably suing the hell out of the company, not to mention, the amount of damages. Yeah, that company all of their investors would be kind of pulling out at this point. Anyone who sponsored the group probably pulled out as well. So, burp there. So yeah, that company, no one would touch that. That would be like toxic to anyone. If InGen, the Masrani Corporation, like survived, even though if they, realistically speaking, there would be no way to bounce back from this. But some other company tried to like go there and try to do what happened in Lost World, then good luck. That's all I can say. Another thing I'm really hoping for with this Jurassic Park film is that I'm hoping for, more dinosaurs. I really want to see some more dinosaurs and have some more focus on them. Not looking for genetic, like something like a Stegatops or something like that, like another genetic freak with, like the Indominus. It was cool one time. I don't want to see Frankensaurus Rex every movie. So what I'd like to see, though, is like maybe some dinosaurs we haven't really tapped into yet, like the Carnotaurus. That was in actually the second book by Michael Crichton. So you can have the Carnotaurus in here. You can have, you can have the Suchomimus, that giant prehistoric crocodile. You can even have like prehistoric creatures that are not specifically dinosaurs. You can have, the Titan boa or something of that nature. There you go. I want to see some new not to discredit. You always got to have your T-Rex and Velociraptors. That's always a given. You got to always have those. But maybe some more. I want to see more like other predators. Like another dinosaur I've always kind of wanted to see was the Allosaurus, because the Allosaurus was like it had the best of both worlds in terms of dinosaur DNA. This thing could not only run fast, but also had a decent size. I mean, 20 feet is not 20 feet long. These things were called the lions of the Jurassic era, because these things could run down and hunt prey bigger than them, and they hunted in packs. So have a few, like maybe a group of like 2 or 3 Allosauruses in there, and maybe they're trying to move in on the T-Rex's territory. That's the other thing. The T-Rex is pretty old. Now they have kind of mentioned that maybe Isla Sorna is still around, and maybe that will be a big point in there. But hopefully, they can have a little more sense in giving reason with Isla Sorna, because when you think about it, Isla Sorna doesn't really make a lick of frickin' sense, because in the first film they clearly showed that they bred the dinosaurs and had eggs there, and they were releasing them into the wild. So they were doing the exact same thing on the other island. So what was the point of Isla Sorna? It didn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so I like Lost World. It's a fun B movie. Jurassic Park 3 has. God, that movie, I can't sit through that movie. Not just because of the T-Rex Spinosaurus fight, that even though it's a crock of shit, there's other reasons why I can't sit through that film. But yeah, Jurassic World has probably been the best sequel of Jurassic Park, and hopefully they can do something cool. Now, what I understand is that Colin Trevorrow will have a hand. I don't know if he's directing, but I think someone said that he's moved to producing the next film. I think that's what it's come to, is that he's not directing this next film, he's producing it. And that's fine, as long as he has a major say in it. I think it's good, because I think he did something pretty cool there. But like I said, I think the reason why he's kind of stepping down as director is because probably he's being signed on for something else. I got a feeling that he's, like I said, after the success of Jurassic World, I would not doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that Trevorrow is probably getting a few phone calls from a few movie studios at this point. So yeah. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think? What do you think should be the plot for Jurassic World 2? Do you want to see, like completely new characters? Do you want to see Owen Grady come back? If anything, I'd love to see Chris Pratt come back as Owen Grady, but I think his storyline's kind of done, unfortunately. So, do you guys want to see like new characters? Do you want to see characters that are relatives or related to or have a close bond with classic characters? I wouldn't mind, like, another story you could do is, like, bring back Tim and Lex from the first film. The actors and actresses, I think they're still around. Yeah, I think they're still around. I could be wrong. There was a story, not a good one, in IDW Comics that involved them in Jurassic Park Redemption, and that was an IDW comic that just made me go, ugh. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.